Now I want to start with something called Adobe Story. How many people have heard about Adobe Story? There's a few people, a little bit. Who here uses Final Draft? A couple users. Who does screenplays in Word? You know, that, believe it or not, that is the most popular screenplay program, even though Final Draft is pretty darn good. So we don't need another screenwriting program. That's not why Adobe did this. There's enough out there, and they're intelligent. But this is what we found, is that people would write a screenplay, they would print out a big 120-page screenplay, staple it together, and then they would remove all the intelligence, and they would take that to the set. Then they would hire a bunch of assistants to sit there and take notes about things that were originally there in the screenplay when it was digital. So he said, somebody needs to make this workflow work better. Okay? I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but this is a free program, Adobe Story. You can either run it in the cloud, which I'm doing here, or you can run it as a desktop application. We have a format called Adobe Air. If you haven't heard about this, Adobe Air apps. Story is either in the cloud or it's a fully functional Air app. You can use it offline, and it just updated while people were filing in. I just got a new update that just came in like tonight, for me anyway, that has some new things in it. So we can bring in projects. By the way, one of my favorite movies, Blade Runner. I just found an online text version of Blade Runner, .txt. I imported Blade Runner into Story. It parsed it correctly, and it understands things like, so when I click on Leon over here, notice it's formatting it correctly for character. It says character, and then it's formatting for dialogue. There's the dialogue. There's the action. So not that surprising, because screenplays have real limited formatting. There's like 8 things you can do, and that's it. It broke all these scenes up on the left-hand side. All of this was done automatically. I could also have auto tagging over here. So you can start tagging it, or you can have this automatically auto tagging. So if it finds cow, it puts livestock as the tag. And then you can remove all of this tagging later. We just think that this is a perfect opportunity to add as much metadata as possible to this screenplay. Make it smart. Over on the left-hand side, the dots are for actors to see their parts. They can easily jump to where they're in a scene. We just added this one. This one hasn't been in a few versions. It's now able to track changes from multiple users and go back in time. There's a full history inside here. So this screenplay is in the cloud. Multiple people can access it. Some can be authors, some can be readers, some can be approvers. Readers can't change, authors can. There's a full history inside here, so you can go back a few days, you can get rid of the changes, you can see all the changes. You can also manage scene numbers and shot durations. You can export this out. We've got these now too, camera shot and videotape. So you can be dropping in camera shots inside here, videotapes, settings to remember. You can also set certain formatting in here, although screenplays are very restricted in their formatting. And then we can export this out as a multiple of formats. One is Adobe Story. Adobe Story is an XML version of the screenplay with all the data inside it. We can also go out as a PDF, text, Excel, Final Draft, so we can go in and out, and also Movie Magic. And yes, that's a .sex file extension. That's not our program, but that's what they have. So I suggest you try this out. It's pretty darn amazing, and it's free, and it's out there, and you can have fun with it.